What's going on, and welcome to the Backpacking Podcast. As always, John Kelly here with my blinking friend, Mr. Jeremiah Stringer. How are you, man?
Great. I was blinking to the beat of the music. I don't know if
Oh,
you could tell.
wow. That's
I was trying.
impressive.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and review the footage to see if it was any good, but
I mean, but you
tried.
did it.
If our audio is aligned properly with the video, maybe I was blinking to the beat, but you know how that is.
Oh, yeah. So, Jeremiah, we have something we have to do today that we haven't done yet.
Oh, yeah? What is that?
We have to come up with the finalist, the winner of the audio-only giveaway from our 200th anniversary.
Oh, yeah, we had a $50 gift card that we were giving away, an e-gift card to outdoorbeards.com.
Yep.
And we're picking the winner today. I don't know if you saw the email from our winner during the live version because we gave away two.
I did.
Did you see the title of the email?
No. Yes. Oh, yeah. He did exactly what you told him to do.
What did I say?
You were like, make it R57329er or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
whatever it was. He did it. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, shout out to Phoenix Don.
All right. So I'm going to, the deal was, we had to laugh. And so, oddly enough, only 7 people competed for this one, if you can believe it.
Well, not everybody can have a luscious beard like us.
I know. So, are you ready to hear them?
Yeah, the poll just said make us laugh. So let's see if they can make us laugh. I hope we got at least
7 messages. 7 messages. Here's the first one.
Okay.
That one spur must have been like, you got 1 egg, fertilize it.
Oh, okay. I get it. I made a baby announcement during
Yep.
during that stream. I get it.
And he Mr. Backpacking with Jasoned it too. So it says the tears of Buckeye fans is what keeps the Great Lakes so great.
Oh,
That didn't win.
tough.
That's not winning. That's not winning.
It gave me a chuckle.
Okay. Yeah, but that's only half a chuckle in this contest, buddy. So okay, so we got the next one. Congratulations to the Dookie Dialogues with the Go Next Twins, Kentucky Red, and Mr. Frodo.
Oh,
that's not too bad.
Mr. Frodo, that's clever.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see. Tried to write my joke, but it was too long. Either way, congrats on 200 to both of you, and especially to JS for that bun in the oven.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I don't think they got the point of this whole thing was to make us laugh. Let's try this again. Let's try another one.
In his or her defense, could be a woman with the beard. Who knows? In his or her defense. Yeah, I told you about dating the girl and her mom had a beard, right?
Oh, yeah. When I was in college, we had a girl who had a beard, and she was one of the people that served us our food.
Well, if she wanted a better beard, she should have used Outdoor Beards.
That's right.
But anyway, yeah, there was a character limit, I think, set on
Yeah.
there by Spotify.
All right, so you ready?
Yep.
Next one. Okay, what has 5 toes that's not in your foot? That's not your foot. My foot.
Wait, can you read that again?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what has 5 toes that's not your foot? My foot.
Is that a dad joke?
I believe it is. I believe it is. Then you've got Jeremiah. You should make apology dress merch. A black dress with the written apology on the back to those I hurt.
Oh, I like it. That's a good callback to the Jeff Garmeyer.
That's good. That's good. And then the last one is, I'm pretty sure you're pronouncing that wrong.
That's as well.
Oh, man. You know what? I really think the very first one might have been the funniest.
Read the first one.
That one sperm must have been like, you got 1 egg. Fertilize it.
Okay, I'll agree. I'll agree.
So that goes to Christopher Wibbenhorst.
Yeah, you just need to get in contact with us. What did you say that they need to do after we pick the winner?
They just need to email us at backpackingpodcast@gmail.com, and we will get their information from them and make sure it gets to our buddies over at Outdoor Beards.
Yeah, and title the email 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war, and I'll know exactly what the email is about. Isn't that right, John?
Exactly. 29er 75er. We got it. It's all good.
Dude, I was on that trip where they were doing the overlanding. Jeremy had, like, kinda spurred this trip,
Mhm.
and those guys had their radio talk, and apparently there's some kinda rules for the different radio frequencies. Do you know about this? Like, you gotta have a license to be on one thing versus another? It's like
No.
GSMR. I don't somebody right now is yelling into their earbuds. They're like, "This guy has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to off-roading." And
I
you're
can
right.
guarantee I have no idea. I can guarantee I have no idea.
I have that was that was my I think my first or second time ever doing anything like that, and those guys would come over their little radios, breaker breaker 19. I don't know what you'd do if you didn't have all those CBs.
Breaker Breaker 19. They actually say it that way?
Oh, I don't know, I just made that part up. I don't
Oh.
remember what exactly they were saying. They had their radio stick, breaker
I
breaker 19.
genuinely thought you meant that they were actually doing that. They were actually going Breaker Breaker 19.
No, but they were doing the whole radio talk. You know the radio talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. We used to
5870
we used to
over and
get online we used to get on the walkie-talkies and the, CB radios and stuff back in the day and bother truckers.
did you really?
If you wanna get some truckers ticked off, just get on the CB radio and just say, "Peterbilt sucks."
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question because I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So, on the trucker situation, you may not know, and it's okay if you don't because I don't either. Every semi truck come pre-installed with a CB radio?
I'm pretty sure they all have them.
Okay, and if they don't, I assume that you can install one probably, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, I wanna know how long is the range? Like, let's say there's an accident and you wanna talk to truckers behind you, like 3 miles back. Be like, "Hey, you need to go ahead and take that exit or whatever. Go ahead and start slowing down. There's an accident up here, or there's a roadblock or whatever."
Right.
I wonder how long the range is, and how do you know who you're talking to other than, like, "My call sign's butterfly," or whatever, you know?
I don't know if you really do know who you're talking to. I mean, when we did CB radios, we had no idea who we were talking to. We just talked. And we got all kinds of conversations with people.
And
And
what was
I mean, if they go for miles. I know they go for miles. I don't know how many.
let me give it a quick goog.
You gonna Goog it?
I'm gonna give it a quick goog. What should I say? How far does a CB radio reach?
Sure.
Google says about 15 miles or more
Wow. That's
for
pretty good.
well installed. But anyway, I learned on that trip apparently to use one type of radio versus another, you had to have some kind of certification or something. I don't
That's
know. I don't
interesting.
know what was preventing them from just handing me the radio and me being able to talk on it as well. I
I
mean,
think they might have maybe they were just messing with you.
no, I wasn't even involved in the conversation. I was just listening to them talk.
Maybe
This was
they knew
before.
you were there and they were playing with you the entire weekend.
You think
What
so?
if what if that was the plan? Like Chris and Carlson got together and were like, "Hey, we're gonna punk Jeremiah the entire time."
They wanted to lead to me talking about it with you on this podcast. This was their plan
Exactly.
all
This was the
along.
way they got on the podcast was by tricking you. That's what they did. I gotta say something. If you're watching on YouTube right now, we
Mhm.
didn't plan for our mics to look like they were growing out of each other,
Oh, that is weird.
but they really like they look like they're connected. It's kind of cool. So, so Jeremiah, I got a new piece of gear in the mail a couple weeks ago, and I
Uh-huh.
haven't had a chance to take it out yet. And I'm going nuts because I need to get out. But I got a new headlamp.
Oh,
Got a new one.
what are you working with here? Is this made in
This
China?
is I have to look at what it's actually called because it's so new. It's from a company called
Uh-huh.
Sandmark Action Gear, and this is the headlamp. Okay, this is the Pro headlamp, is what it's called. It's got a single button on the side, and what's great is it's an articulating head, so it rotates up and down, but it also rotates out away.
Oh,
Isn't that
you
cool?
mean Spectre Gadget mode on it.
And there's magnets on the back of it. So if you're at your car after you've gotten off the trail and it's dark, and you're having trouble seeing things, you can actually stick this to the frame of your car and be able to see anything you want. Um, and it's rechargeable. It's got USB-C rechargeable. It's got a red light. It goes up to 700 lumens. And I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's bright, really, really bright. But here's the crazy thing, dude. Strap and everything, it's like a half an ounce more than the Nightcore NU.
So the Nightcore NU25, that's
Right.
really popular. Let me see what the weight is on that.
I got it
Nightcore.
right here in front of me.
I have one as well. I used it on my last trip.
I mean, you can
You
see
know,
the
people
profiles different on them and everything, but like this thing
point
right here is not a whole lot heavier, which blew my mind. As a matter of
so
fact, you ready for this?
yes.
The spot headlamp that everybody loves, the one that uses batteries,
Uh-huh.
weighs more than this one.
Oh, I would believe it. There's probably well, that USB-C, I don't know. I have like one flashlight that's got a rechargeable battery, but you have to take the battery out and plug the USB-C into it. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
You have to do that with this headlamp, or is it
No,
just
it's
plug
it's
it
got
in?
a spot right behind it here. You just plug it in right there.
You know, I looked up the Nightcore NU25, and I can't 100% confirm. It says 0.99 ounces or 28 grams, but I don't know if that includes the strap. I would assume so.
I weighed it with the strap. I weighed both of them with the strap because the truth
Okay.
is you wear it with a strap.
Yeah, you're gonna have to carry that strap.
Yeah. And I think it was like a half an ounce. I mean, it's insane. Maybe an ounce. I don't
Half
know.
difference, you're saying?
Yeah, that's all this thing weighs more and it does more. And it's really cool. And I
I'm
like really cool stuff.
Yeah, I most of the time I take that little oh, what's the brand? All the rock climbers seem to have these.
Oh, I've got one too. I know what you're talking about.
It's got like
Um,
elastic, little elastic
yeah.
strap.
Yeah.
Some people actually swap out the band, the elastic band, for the elastic cordage.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna kill me to not know.
I know.
Popular
I'm with you too.
head
I'm the same way because I've got it.
Petzl Bendy.
Petzl Bendy. Yep.
Petzl Bendy. Yep, that is my go-to. But you know, honestly, I don't like how long the battery lasts, especially if you use
It's
it on the max.
it's very short
Pretty short.
battery life.
Yeah, and I don't like recharging all that stuff. You know, you want to save your battery for your phone. Personally, I do.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't know about this yet. I don't know what the battery life is like, but according to the thing, it's something like 30 hours, which I mean that's like an entire weekend plus some.
And yeah, in the wintertime, you want as much battery as possible because you get to
Yeah.
camp and it's 5 o'clock and it's already getting dark.
And it's cold, so the battery's going to drain quicker too.
You know,
So,
you said it's got USB C. Let me show you what I purchased.
oh, I want to see what you purchased.
Well, don't get too excited because I did not want to purchase it. See what that is?
Oh, that is a new case that belongs to some iPad or i EarPod Pros, right?
AirPods.
AirPods.
Yeah. So, you know, as I've talked about before, I bought the AirPod Pros. They're overpriced, under deliver, and
It's kind of
I
like
had
the
to.
backpacking podcast.
Yeah, according to Jeff Garmire. Yeah, your expectations are everything. Anyway, so I bought those AirPod Pros when those came out, and they hurt my ears after like 5 minutes of wearing them. So I returned them and got the most basic AirPods you can get, first
Right.
generation, not
Right.
even wireless charge capability. Well, I've been using those until our trip to Cave Run, Cave Run Lake. I went
Really?
there. Yep, I went there a few weeks ago, and I got in the truck and drove home. When I got home, the AirPods were not in my pocket, and I had them in.
Yeah.
I had them in right as I got to the truck, and then I ordered these, and I cannot understand for the life of me why it's not USB-C. Why in the world were for third generation
They
AirPods,
are USB-C. They've got you must have gotten an older pair because they actually have USB-C ones now.
they have USB-C, but they're AirPod Pro.
Oh, yeah.
These are
Yeah.
third generation. I didn't buy the AirPod Pro because they hurt my ears last time,
That's
and they
right.
were an extra $90.
But
You
they
know, I
sound
didn't wanna.
great.
Well, these have spatial audio and everything, but they kinda hurt my ears too. They're not the same shape as the original AirPods, and that is annoying. But my main gripe is now I have an iPad and an iPhone. I know these are first world problems, but going backpacking, how great would it be if every single piece of equipment I had was all USB-C?
USB-C. Yep.
Why Apple? Come on. Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs, come on. What are you
Steve
doing?
Steve from the grave. You need him to come back.
Steve from the grave, can you please haunt the current CEO of Apple?
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook, is that
Timmy.
who?
Timmy, get it right, man. Come on,
Come on,
Timmy.
Timmy.
Get
I
it
know
right.
you're hearing this right now. But anyway,
What'd you
that's my
say?
update.
I know what.
I know Timmy's listening right now.
Oh, he is. He listens every episode.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be on Apple Podcast.
That's
I
right.
know he's
That's
listening.
right. Because Tim's the one
But
that personally approved our podcast to be on Apple.
that's right.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
can text his number if you need it. But anyway, that's my update. I do not like the fact that my AirPods, I have to still bring a different cord, even though I bought those other ones years ago. I
Right.
still bring the lightning cable. Or some would say, your problem is you're using headphones on trail. If you just leave those at home, then you wouldn't have to charge them. Yeah.
Hike your own hike, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hike your own hike. Speaking of, dude,
Hike your
so
own hike, bro.
we got several comments on a couple of things. One thing I want to talk about was a comment on the spade that you bought, the packed spade.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
We were on air, and you purchased it while we were recording.
Yeah. And I unboxed it, I think, on air too, didn't I?
Yeah, you unboxed it whenever it came in, and it had like little towelette wipes or something, and it
Right,
had.
right.
Was that the one that you had? That you sprinkle something on top of the poop and then cover it up?
Yeah, it's
To help
got you don't sprinkle, it's just there's a tablet you put in and it helps to break
Oh,
things down. Yeah.
sprinkle. You don't sprinkle it on top. You just drop the.
Fairy dust.
Yeah. So, have you actually had to use it on trail yet?
I have. I've used the trowel, and the trowel's awesome, actually. It's real rigid, which is nice, especially if you're digging in like some hard ground.
Mm,
And it's awesome too because it's a round handle. There are no edges to it at all. And like
okay.
I don't know us there are very few trowels where you don't have some kind of an edge that kind of digs into your hand while you're digging up hard ground. And so that was really, really nice. Really, really nice.
Well, somebody had either sent us an email, but I'm pretty sure they commented and was asking. They were basically saying, "This is the best trowel. You need to check this out." And I said, "Well, that reminds me, John actually," and I responded to their comment, I think, and said, "John actually bought this while we
Yeah.
were on air." So maybe that person's listening now, and that's why I was asking for a little update on the poop situation with the trowel. But it sounds like all is in order.
Yeah, it's great. I did realize that there's a lot of extra weight when you bring all the inserts and stuff with it because it comes
Mhm.
with all these like inserts and things. What I did is I kind of got rid of the inserts and just carried the trowel and put the tablets and other stuff like in other bags so that I didn't have to worry about it because
Yeah.
it was just too much. Like you've got this plastic thing that goes inside of it that holds all the wipes and has a space to put those other things in it. And to me, it was just kind of too much weight. It was way lighter just to bring some tablets and put them in like a separate little Ziploc bag instead of putting them inside the trowel and it being all heavier.
So you don't do any baby wipes when you're on trail. You just bring those little things that you can drip water on, like a little circle towel,
Yeah.
and then it expands.
Yep. I use
Okay.
those to clean up at night too. Like if I've been hiking through mud and stuff,
Uh-huh.
I use those for that too. And they're great too because they hold up better than baby wipes. Like baby wipes fall apart as you're
Yeah,
scrubbing,
definitely.
and those don't fall apart at all. Like they hold
No,
together the whole time. So
I have a loyalty on my baby wipes. What's your baby wipe?
mine are Wissy wipes.
No, I'm talking about at the house.
Oh, at the house?
Uh-huh.
What kind do we have at the house?
Oh, you don't have a loyalty, do you?
Not really. What's cheap is usually what I get.
Now that's the problem, John. The cheap it first of all, baby wipes are overpriced.
That
Just
is
in
true.
general,
That is true.
okay? It's
And you're about to
one
find out just how overpriced everything is soon
I
when you have
know
that baby.
everybody says, "Oh, you need something for the baby, run to Walmart. It'll only be $100." Doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's 1 item, 5 items,
Oh,
you're gonna be spending $100.
you need 3 diapers? $100.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a bottle of formula? $100.
Well, we buy baby wipes, and I buy them in bulk, and I've been buying them in bulk for years. We'll get a big box from the baby aisle, and then I'm very frugal. People may not know. I actually will calculate the unit price on things when I'm shopping and make my decision. Now, some
This is the
stuff I'll
life of a math teacher, people. This is the life of
say
a math teacher.
yes, and that's twofold. One, math teachers are underpaid, and two, I'm if I didn't have to worry about the underpaid part, then I wouldn't have to calculate these unit prices, you know?
Right?
Yeah, then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But anyway, in all seriousness, I do have a loyalty to Huggies.
Huggies.
Yes, they're baby wipes. Now they did change. They came in a hard plastic case, and I guess that they said we're going to keep the same price, but give it to you in a piece of polyester or whatever plastic that this
Right, right.
wipe
That's how they
made.
roll.
Yes, instead of this big hard plastic container that was perfect for the bathroom at home. So I actually saved those containers and keep putting my baby wipes in them. But Huggies, I'll take some of those out on trail with me. I haven't tried the wussy wipes. According to you, they hold up better, but my Huggies do okay. You just, I don't know.
Hey
I
man,
feel like
listen. You do you. You know, like don't let
oh,
anybody judge you based on your baby wipes. Don't do that.
thank
You should love yourself for what you choose when it comes to baby wipes. If you're a
I,
Huggies guy, hug it out, bro.
and
That's
I
all I'm
am a
saying.
Huggies guy.
Hug
Unless
it out.
if I get coupons for a different brand that'll make them cheaper, that's a quality one.
I
Count
think we have Cottonelle. Does that sound right?
Oh, Cottonelle. Now that's my go-to toilet paper. I'm about to tell you about a glorious poop here in just a second that I had last backpacking.
You know what we do for toilet paper? We were big
What?
Charmin people. Like we like Charmin. We like
Yeah,
the Charmin Ultra Strong Charmin stuff.
that's the
And we
bear one.
found out that Kroger and Walmart have a generic version of it, which costs like half the
Mhm.
price and it's just as good.
I don't know if I'm buying it.
You don't have to. You like Cottonelle, so why would you buy
Well,
it?
do you put that in your house all the time? Because I
All
pooped
the
at your
time. Yeah.
yeah, no issues.
Yeah, it's great stuff and it's cheap.
Well,
So,
personally, I like the Cottonelle, whichever one the purple is. I think it's like Ultra Comfort Triple Ply
it's
or
probably got
whatever.
lavender in it.
Oh, that would be nice.
Probably some lavender in it. Yeah.
I don't think it has lavender, but I would advocate for it to have lavender.
Okay, so you like that for toilet paper, you like Huggies for wipes. What
Mm.
about for, like, Kleenex or, like, whatever you call them?
Oh, some kind of tissue?
Yeah, like tissues, facial tissues.
Okay. My tissue, gotta go with Kleenex, man. There's a reason why everybody calls tissues Kleenexes, even if they're a great value brand, and it's because Kleenex has got it going on.
We do Puffs with aloe.
Oh, Puffs is great too. Puffs
Yeah,
is great too.
Puffs with aloe, man. Because like, you know how, like, when you at this time of year, the weather's starting to change a lot. Like, this morning, I couldn't talk. Like, I was really worried about whether or not I was even gonna be able to do this
Oh, good.
podcast because I sounded like Barry White.
Mm,
But your nose gets all, like, raw from blowing it all the time because it's
mine
always
gets it right here.
stuff.
You get a big scab
Yeah.
right there from rubbing it so much.
Puffs with aloe, man. Puffs with aloe. They also have puffs with Vicks plus aloe. So, like, when you know, like, how Vicks you
Like
breathe
the
in
vapor
Vicks and it
rub?
causes you yeah, the vapor rub, and it
Mhm.
helps to, like, clear out your nasal passages? That's in the tissues.
Well,
It's
I tell
nice.
I woke up with stuffy nose and congested and stuff yesterday, and today still stuffy, and I felt so bad. I just got back from the chiropractor, but instead of snap, crackle, pop, I was getting a massage.
Oh,
They
that's a
do that.
shame. I hate that for you.
I know. So I got a massage. But anyway, treat yourself.
So,
So
can I tell you something really funny?
yeah, go ahead.
This is really funny. So, last week I happened to mention that I'm going backpacking with Carl from Backpacking and Blisters
Uh-huh.
on this trip that he's doing. I didn't really say where or when or anything like that. Well, apparently people from his podcast who listen to his podcast listen to our podcast,
Uh-huh.
and they started contacting him saying, "Can we invite Jeremiah to come too? And can we, all this stuff?" And so I get this random text from Carl going, "You, unbeknownst to yourself, just sabotage my trip."
Oh no!
It wasn't sabotage. I can't. Let me see if I can find the message because it was really funny. I mean, it was funny. He was he
Sabotaged
was
it?
he was totally joking. He was totally joking
Oh.
when he sent it to me, but it was just one of those really funny messages. It was last Wednesday. There he is. Uh, he goes, "You have successfully pranked me without realizing it. Probably your announcement of the RRG trip is causing some chaos." I had to apologize. I was like, "Man, sorry, man. I didn't know it was gonna cause a problem." And he goes, "Oh, you didn't. You're fine." He goes, "It's just, yeah." So they were like, "John's not enough. We need to have Jeremiah."
They said, "Keep it on the down low, John." And John said, "Okay, I'll talk about it next week
The thing
again."
was the thing was I was never even told to keep it on the down low. That's the best part. I was never told because I didn't realize, like,
That's on Carl.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Carl's
well,
messing with you. And,
I'll take some of the blame for that.
I did get a message. Let me look here. I got it. Whitney. Yeah, I got a message from Whitney. I haven't responded, but I did text you and ask for some preliminaries on where you're going and what the dates were, and because if I had to work, my main problem in the winter, spring, wintertime is it gets dark so early that if I
Right.
leave work, like let's say that all my friends are going backpacking and they're getting there Friday morning. Well, I'm gonna get there Friday at like 6, 7 p.m., and I'm gonna have to find them in the dark, and if it's somewhere I've
Well,
never been before, that could be hard.
yeah. Well, nice thing, I think this is after daylight savings kicks in.
Okay. I think this is the
So,
last year for that.
yeah, I hope so, man. I'm so
Oh,
tired of that.
fingers are crossed.
It'd be nice to have that extra hour of backpacking in the wintertime.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm
Man.
telling you, I'm gonna be, and I know that this is just me, okay, so not everybody has the same situation as me, but personally, I have to be at work at like 7:30, 7:45,
Yep.
so I'm gonna be inside and working, and so it's not gonna matter if the sun comes up at 9 or 8, and in the wintertime, it's coming up at like 8 with daylight savings time now earlier, but yeah, I would rather have that evening hour,
I would
but
too, man.
there's
I would
different.
rather have it in the evening time so you can do things with your family, you can go camping, you can do all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm 100% with you. And I'm at work about 7:10 every morning, and I drive an hour to get there. So, I feel
Oof.
your morning pain, bro. I feel your morning
Yeah,
pain.
yeah, the lack of sleep. I got this
And
I got a
last
p
night was the Super Bowl, man.
Oh, yeah, did you watch it?
I did. I did. I've got red in the background because
Uh,
both teams were wearing red, and I'm not pick and I really didn't have a dog
who
in
are
the
you
fight, to be honest with you.
who were you rooting for if you had to pick?
Probably San Francisco
Uh,
because, I'm a little bitter over a playoff game against Kansas City a couple years ago with the Browns.
it's understandable, man.
Yeah.
Big Browns fan.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right?
It's entertaining, and
Yeah.
all the people 30 and older probably love the halftime show. All the people younger are like, "Who's Usher?" You know?
I don't know. I think some of those songs you still hear played on the radio, though.
Yeah.
Like, "Yeah." Everybody that
Yeah,
Little
like
John, "Yeah."
yeah.
I'm not
I
even
think
about to try and copy that and do it the right way because there's nothing worse than me trying to sound like that. That's just, like, not good. So, I got some really cool news for you, man.
Yeah, hit me with it.
So, last January,
Mhm.
I weighed in at 305 pounds.
Oh, okay.
305 pounds. It was
Mm,
easy. It was the biggest I've ever been in my life, and
mm,
there's a lot that went into that. It's a whole story for another day. Started losing weight this last year, and back in October, started on a weight loss program with a medical weight loss facility here in Lexington, and I'm down to 240.
Wow, dude. That is
So,
incredible. Down
yeah,
6
man, lost
pounds.
65 pounds. 65 pounds so
65?
far. Yeah. And I lost 52 of that since October.
Yeah, man. What's
So,
the secret?
calories.
I think the secret's discipline. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, for me, it's hunger. Like,
I'm hungry right now.
part of what I'm doing is they've got something that helps me with hunger, like, helps me suppress my hunger.
Mhm.
Because you know, a lot of diet people say, "Well, just don't eat unless you're hungry."
Yeah.
Well, what if you're hungry 24/7?
Yeah, I stay
Like,
hungry.
so that's always been my problem is just I'm never not hungry. I could go to a Brazilian, steakhouse where they just feed you meat, where you've got
Mhm.
meat sweats by the end of it, and an hour after I get home, I'm hungry for something else.
Yeah, when I skip lunch the most though is on trail. I almost I almost always bring whatever I my go-to is like tortilla with peanut butter and jelly or
Mhm.
like peanut butter and dried bananas or something like that. But I almost always bring that back home. So I started just doing a snack instead. That's what I done on my last trip. Worked out. Actually, it's the first trip I've ever been on, my last one, that I didn't bring any food home with me. I ate every
Yeah.
single thing, and even on the way out, I had me a little breakfast biscuit, a little, Nature Valley.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I
Yep.
do the, green belly meals. I take those with me for lunches.
Dude, I tried to give one of those to Mr. Backpacking with Jason, sir,
Yeah.
and he's, "This is nasty. This is just a big, hard, compressed, like, ball of seed and, nuts and
Some
berries,"
of
and
them
I
are
said, "Yeah."
good, man.
I thought it was good. Green Belly sent me a few of them, and I thought they were delicious.
I think they're fantastic. I really like them. So, they've got a spiced apple one that's, like, awesome. It's apple, but it's actually kinda spicy. Like, it's
I
got a little
had
bit
that
of
one.
kick to it. So
I
good.
hated that one. I'd throw those in the trash. So we
Are
have a
you
different.
not a spicy guy?
Well, I love spicy, but spicy like sriracha sauce and that kind of stuff. I'm not really going for spiced apple. Yeah, but to
I'm
each their
sorry.
own,
I
man.
liked it. I thought it was good.
Like
But,
the
those
spice.
to me, that's you know why I don't like the tortilla thing for lunches?
What?
It's too much work.
Okay, tell me the work, and I'll tell
I
you how to
I
make it
just
more efficient.
well, I mean, you're not doing it anymore, so I think you probably agree with me a little bit. But, like, you have to get out, you have to pull out this thing,
Tuesday.
get your tortilla out, grab something to spread your peanut butter with, do the peanut butter, then you got all this trash and stuff you gotta throw away, and then put the rest of the tortillas up for the next day, where all I have to do is I pull out this bar, open it, take a bite.
Yeah, you can do it on the go. You don't even have to stop. But
And I'm
you
gonna
know
get more
what?
calories, and they're more nutrient dense than a tortilla and peanut butter.
I'm having trouble finding the squeezed peanut butter, like the tear off packet.
Yeah.
Probably not great for the environment. It's probably better to have the big container. And well, I mean, I'm not taking the big container. I'll tell you what I did sometimes is I would take out a couple of scoops of peanut butter and I put it in a Ziploc, and then you cut off the corner of the Ziploc, and then it's like one of those little cake.
Oh, it's a piping bag then.
Yeah, exactly. So then you
Nice.
squirt the peanut butter, and you don't have to worry about. I buy these little cups, the Jif little cups, and I
Yeah.
don't like them because then you got this hard plastic trash. So I like the ones that are just squeezed. You just tear it off and squeeze it. But if you get like the organic or whatever, it's the only one that Kroger has. They're like 5 times as much. I'm like, I'm not paying $5 for this one little packet, you know?
Like I said, I just do the green belly meals. They're just easy. And like one bar, like it has two sides to it. That's two lunches.
Oh
So
yeah,
I ate half of it for one lunch. I ate the other half for the lunch the next day.
well, those are jam packed with calories too. I mean, that one
Calories
bar.
and nutrients. I mean, they got all kinds of nutrients and stuff in them and protein. And it's like it's just better bang for your buck than tortillas and peanut butter.
You know who sent me a Instagram message and asked if I want to try something? They're called I'm Me Eats or Emmy Eats. I'm not really. It's IMMI Eats. Is that Emmy
I'm a
Eat
I'm a
Eats?
I'm a
I don't.
eats.
It's on Instagram, but they sent me a message last week on Tuesday and said, "Hey Jeremiah, want to try some healthy ramen?" Which I'm skeptical. First of all, healthy ramen. What does that even mean? And then I just said, sure, I'd love to. And they said, woohoo. It literally says woohoo. So it must be a younger person running this account. What's a good
Okay.
address to send some? I gave them the address and they said, all right, we'll send you the tracking info. So I'm going to try some healthy ramen. I would not have tried the healthy ramen whatsoever if they hadn't have reached out on Instagram because I never would have heard of them. But
Right,
I
right.
will say I do not like the ramen bombs. Okay, the mashed potatoes and the ramen mixed together, that's a no-no for me.
I've still never had that. I need to have one.
Well, you're not missing anything, John. Imagine mashed potatoes with noodles in it. I mean, who wants noodles in their mashed potatoes?
I mean, I don't know yet. I've never had it.
You may love it. You like the spiced apple, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no telling, man. And here's the thing, there's also a question you have to ask before eating something like that too. How many miles did you hike?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You know?
you might
It's
actually want
amazing what tastes good after a long miles day, like, you've done 20 miles and just about anything tastes good.
you might want the extra calories. It might
Yeah.
say healthy on the package, but you might actually want the one with more fat. I don't know. I don't know if they're good calories, but I'll tell you on this last trip, I tried to bring in as much fresh food as possible.
Yeah.
I brought I brought half an avocado, I brought a banana, I brought 2 of those cutie oranges, although I
Yeah.
don't know if
My
those are
kids
actually
love those things, man.
I think those are heavily GMO, but I guess everything is.
Well, I mean, they're seedless, so they have to be GMO.
Yeah, but are they supposed to be that size, or do they GMO them and say, "We're
No,
gonna call."
they're mandarin oranges. So, I mean,
Okay,
mandarin oranges are tiny, so
alright. Well, you're right on the seedless, so it has to be GMO.
yeah.
Hmm, I'll still eat it though. I'm not exclusively organic or anything.
They're delicious. My kids eat them up, man. They eat
Oh,
them up. We have a rule in our house. You have to ask if you wanna eat candy, but you can eat fruit whenever you want.
oh, I like that.
So the kids can just grab a banana, an apple, oranges. We keep all that stuff around the house at all times, and they just grab them and go crazy.
You feel like, you feel like scarcity for candy and stuff if you're only getting it on special occasions. Let's say you're a kid and you don't have a lot of candy around, so you get it on special occasions, and then you wanna binge candy. Do you think that changes, excuse me, if your family is they always have candy around, you always have access to it, and then it makes you be like, "Nah, actually, I just don't want any." You think there's any validity to that?
Man, there might be. I mean, there could be.
Maybe it just depends on the household.
Yeah. I mean, my kids know like we've still got a stupid amount of Christmas candy, you know?
I'll send
Like
it my
once
way.
October hits, there's candy in the house until Easter because you got Halloween followed by Christmas, followed by Valentine's Day, followed by Easter.
Keep the holidays flowing, man. The
So it's just
candy.
there's always going to be some kind of candy in the house. So like the
Let's
kids just know though they're not allowed to eat a bunch of it at once. Like that's just one of our things. Even at Halloween,
yeah.
one or two pieces at a time because we don't want them making themselves sick, and we also don't want to be those parents that like let their kids look like I did a year ago.
Well, that is a big part. You want them to be healthy.
Yeah,
Should we say
exactly.
happy Valentine's Day to everybody?
Well, I mean, it is Valentine's Day when they're listening to this.
Yes. Happy
So,
Valentine's Day,
happy
everybody. Don't
Valentine's Day, folks.
the sweethearts, you can throw those in the trash. I don't like those. Bridget bought me a box of them, and then she ended up eating them. And I was like, "You're eating my candy?" She's like, "They've been here for a month. You haven't touched them." I said, "I don't really care for them, honestly."
You know what kind of candy I like that most people don't?
Oh, I can
This
only guess.
this might catch you off guard a little bit.
Wait, is it a chocolate? Is it
No.
is it a fruity candy?
No.
It's not fruity. Okay,
Let,
how
let
would
me
you
tell you what it
describe
is.
it?
Let me tell you what it is.
Hold on, I want one guess.
If I tell you, you'll guess it. I can't tell you because the moment I tell you what kind of candy it is, you'll guess it.
All right, just give it to me.
Peeps.
Oh, you would say Easter
No,
Easter
I would say
you
marshmallow. I would say marshmallow.
marshmallow?
And the
Yeah.
moment you say marshmallow, everybody goes straight to Peeps. So I knew if I told you that, I wouldn't get to tell you what it is.
You
So, but
love
I
peeps?
love Peeps, dude.
Don't care for them.
Most people don't. But you know what's really good?
What?
Have you ever put one over a fire?
You know, I don't think I've ever put a Peeps. I don't know what situation I had Peeps around the fire, just period. Is
Hey,
you
dude, you take Peeps and you if you've got a fire like a fire pit or something and you're doing like marshmallows, do Peeps because the candy caramelizes on the outside of it, like the sugar on the outside caramelizes, and it
Mhm,
gives like a crust on the outside of this really soft, gooey marshmallow. Dude,
mhm.
so good.
You know, the
So
caramelized,
good.
you know about the is it evaporated milk that you use to caramelize?
You use regular usually use cream and butter
I hear
and sugar.
something about you do something with the can of evaporated milk. I
Really?
can't remember. Okay, I'm gonna have to look.
Uh-oh.
I know we
Uh-oh.
need I know we need to wrap pretty soon, but I need to know this, John. Okay, evaporated
Yeah, my
milk.
family's about to pull into the house.
Okay, this will be the last thing, I promise.
Oh, you're good, man.
Evaporated milk, caramel. I knew it would be one of the first choices. I thought that you could do it in the can. It's something to do in the can.
I don't know, I've never done it, so I know how to make caramel, but I've never
Oh,
done it with
I
evaporated
found it.
milk before.
I found it. Prep time 5 minutes, total time 4 hours.
4 hours?
You gotta
I'll do it the
remove
traditional way.
now listen to this, John. You have to remove the label. That's essential. It's the very first step. Then place the unopened can in a slow cooker and then pour water in until it's covered. Then you cook it on high for 3.5 to 4.5 hours. Do not attempt to open the can while it's hot, as the hot dulce de leche may spit out because of the pressure inside the can. I don't know if this is healthy, dude. Is it safe to cook inside inside of a metal can?
I'm not gonna try that.
I think I'll buy my caramel.
I'll just make it the old-fashioned way, it takes, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, I've never made it before, but it is one of my favorites. It goes perfect with chocolate. And
No, there's
Reese.
nothing like what's really good is you make the caramel sauce, but then
Uh-huh.
you pick, like, a fruit to infuse in with it, like blueberries or something.
What do you mean infuse
So
in
good.
with it? Like smash
Well,
it up?
you macerate the blueberries in there while you're making the syrup, and you can actually make like like a blueberry caramel.
I wonder if you can dehydrate that, and that would be a trail snack where you could just be break you off a piece, and it's
I bet you
caramel.
could. I bet you could. And now
Oh,
you're making me want to try it.
oh, you know what? Our audience didn't know they were going to get a chef lesson today, did they?
I'll tell you, man. That's a good idea. That's actually a really good. I was actually gonna say when you were talking about bringing fruit with you on trail. I've got a dehydrator, and my hope is this year I'm going to be doing more dehydrated fruits with me when I go out on trail.
Yeah, you should, man. And you can also I saw oh man, what's their channel name? I can't remember, but they do a lot of meals and stuff.
Mhm.
It's Tony Pippin and Melissa. It's
Oh, yeah,
our
yeah, they're doing the homesteading thing
world.
now, aren't they?
But they got a Frugal Homestead channel that is
Yeah.
doing really, really well. The other one is Our World Outdoors, I think. I watched a bunch of their dehydrating things because I need to get me a dehydrator. And they dehydrated everything, dude. They dehydrated slices of cake
Yeah, I
and then
remember that. Yeah.
coffee. And I was like, "Oh, that's such a good idea. I gotta get," and they're not very expensive, 50 bucks, 75 bucks at Walmart, and you could have a really good dehydrator.
Yeah. I got one for Christmas one year, and, we've used it when we go on road trips, I make beef jerky, dehydrate fruit, do the whole thing.
Yeah,
So,
we should.
we need to make that happen. Well,
Should
dude,
we, should we wrap up?
I
Should
was just gonna say we probably need to wrap this thing up, but, letting people know this next week is our first live stream back. Tara Trex is gonna be joining us on this
mm,
one, and we're excited to have her on. She's getting ready to make an attempt for a supported FKT of the Appalachian Trail. So, should be pretty awesome. So, for myself and Jeremiah, the king of Kentucky backpacking stringer, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
adios, folks.